What's good?
I can fight.
Big Diesel.
I'm coach.
And what's up, chat? What's
I'm
good?
back.
Yeah. So what we talking about today? What do I got on?
Uh,
Dang,
let's see. Is that a
I guess that's what we're talking.
Oh, is that the One Piece?
We're trying to find the One Piece.
Try to find the One Piece, man.
What is the One Piece?
The One Piece is very complicated, isn't it? It's symbolic.
That's what we're gonna get into today,
Mm-hmm.
chat. We got yeah. We're okay. Enough clowning around. We're
Yeah.
we're we're gonna get into the, even though it's been out for a while, season 2 One Piece live action. And we didn't do a season 1. I don't know why. We just weren't recording it.
We weren't really active at that time.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
guess. I
we
guess so.
weren't
Yeah,
really
yeah,
active at that
yeah, yeah.
particular
We
period.
were on our hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Anywho, I like the first one. Um, and I'm just to press first. So he is not really in the lore.
Yeah, I'm not much of a. I haven't watched much of the anime.
Yep.
I watched a little bit as a kid. It was always the thing. It would be on like before or after Naruto. So I kind of just watch it, just be like, okay, I'm just waiting so I can get to Naruto. But so I kind of saw it here and there, but I never really took it too seriously.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm pretty much in the Zoe arc.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, you know where that is. So I'm close to catching up, but not quite there. Um, but anyways, it's the one after Dressrosa, so that should chart the timeline. So I'm pretty much, look far enough ahead to know, enough,
Mm-hmm.
enough. So basically, the first one was just getting, it's really self-explanatory, getting you caught up with the crew, the main character, and kind of that big main bad, pretty much, which was Arlong. And it's just catching you up with the first original crew members, um, which is Luffy, who's the captain. Hi, Captain. Uh, Mr. Straw Hat. That's why they call him the Straw Hats, which is crazy because he gets that straw hat from
Shanks.
Shanks. Yep. Um. Then you got Zoro. Then you got Nami. You got Usopp, and you got Sanji. Those are the first couple.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm just giving you a breakdown just in case you haven't watched it, giving you an overview. Um, so in this world, there is things called devil fruits where they taste horrible, but when you eat it, you get a certain power. And I'm sure you can do a breakdown more um, of what the levels are. But for example, Luffy, Luffy or Monkey D. Luffy, um, is gets the gum fruit, so it's more rubber attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, so he's the one with the, and then when you eat it and gain the powers, you can't swim. That's one of the only weaknesses is, and it's y'all pirates, so it's like it definitely sucks. There's other things. So
Well, I didn't know that. For that's for anybody that eats any
devil fruit,
devil fruit that
yeah.
they can't swim.
Which is there's a word in there. There's a word. I don't know if he's Christian or not, but it's definitely got some Christian elements to it.
Well, Oda.
Oda, yeah. So it's like fruit, of course, like Garden of Eden. So when you bite the fruit, you can't swim, which is another relevant because of course, you know, like Peter. Peter couldn't walk on water; he sank. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There's other references and stuff like that. So it's real cool to just point out the references. He be cooking. So you got the first in command was a Zoro. He's the swordsman, and basically fights with 3 swords. How does he fight with 3 swords? Well, two in one hand, one in the other, and then a sword in his mouth. So how does that work? Anime
logic.
Anime logic.
Well, I have to say in the live action, he don't really fight with the one in his mouth.
Yeah, he does.
Does he?
It's easier to show on anime, of course, because you can't do it realistically, but there's ways. So anyways, you got Sanji, who's the cook, who comes later on in the season 1. So he's the main cook, but he also fights. He's a big fighter, but he only kicks. He mainly uses his legs. And in the anime, he's got the trope to where he basically, is thirsting after all the girls. And we'll get into that a little bit more later. But they really toned him down, which I like. But in the anime, I don't think he's too bad. I think he's kind of funny. And basically, Sanji and Zoro have like a big rivalry, beef, and they're always like fighting. And Zoro's main thing is he's always getting lost. That's his main trouble.
And is that why there's that meme with Zoro always appearing in other anime and other things because he's always lost? Okay. Yeah. I was wondering where that came from.
Yeah.
So
watch it. You gotta watch it. Yeah. So then you got Nami, who's the navigator, basically. And she gets some upgrades as well. You'll see later on. And later on seasons she'll get upgrades. And later on arcs. But yeah, she's mainly human, so and her trope is she always loves money. She loves money. That's her big trope. And we got Usopp. He's the sniper. He's got a what is that? Slingshot. So he does the range attacks. He's very useful, but the way they use him in the anime, because he's a human. He's very scared. He's a lot like Shaggy. Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. He's afraid a lot, and there's some times where it makes sense, and there's other times where it's like, come on, dude, like you really want to root for him, but sometimes it's really hard to. I'll just put it that way. But he is a human, and so it makes sense. Am I missing anybody? Oh, there. No,
as far as 5.
I think I got everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, I got everybody. So that's everything, and then so watch season 1. I'll give you like a brief overview. So watch season 1. We're talking about season 2, which is part of the Alabasta arc. The main villain is more of Baroque works.
Let's say that's for season 2, right? Baroque works.
Yeah. So it carries on. It's a part 1 and part 2, pretty much, but they do season 2 and season 3.
So
they break it up.
Is still going to be in season 3?
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Okay.
But anywho, so yeah, Um, so tell me your thoughts. Been a while since I've seen it. That's all it will be.
Yeah, I saw it recently. Um,
What's your thoughts, seeing how you're not really into the anime and all that stuff?
so I like this season. Uh, it started off kind of slow for me. Season one was pretty cool too. It was just like it made it was kind of like this thing where I liked it, but also I was like, man, I don't know if I can keep up with this for however long, especially because it was like a 3 year gap. So I'm like, dang, I'm trying to remember what even happened in the first
Yeah,
season for
yeah,
real.
yeah.
And yeah, they do show you the like the previously, and they kind of catch you up,
Yeah.
which was cool. But it's just like, man, having to wait all that time when I was only like kind of half invested,
Mm-hmm.
but I do like the the
I think if you,
introduction of different characters from this season.
I think if you like season one even a little bit, go try to watch the anime, see how you like it. It's definitely, I'll say this, and we talked about it. It's definitely an acquired taste.
Mm-hmm.
So but I get it when people say they don't really want to watch it because it is an acquired taste. It's got a lot of. It's very political. Um, it's basically about the journey. So a lot of people say it's too long, which I get in some instances. But if you don't even try to watch it, like you won't get it. But I will be honest with you. It took me a while, longer than probably other people that I've talked to about it. But it took me more of a while to get really hooked. But once I got hooked, I just couldn't stop watching. There are times where like something bad will happen and I gotta take a break, like something tragic happens. It's like, all right, I'm taking a break. Let me watch something else. But um, it's very deep when you get. It's got layers.
Yeah.
It's got
Oh yeah.
layers. I'll say that. That's good.
Yes.
So it's got layers, and the deeper you go, the
Mhm.
more invested you'll get, and then you start to understand different things. Because little things will pop up in maybe like the first couple episodes. And you'll be like, okay, I guess that was just random. You'll continue watching, and eventually that's going to be addressed
Yeah.
later on. You don't know how and you don't know when.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting. There is something different that they did in this that you didn't pick up on, I'm sure. But they got certain people, I want to say two characters where they're not really in no, three characters that they're not really introduced until later on,
Okay.
but they brought them into the live action just to
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah. Okay.
So I can't really give anything away about them, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they definitely show up later on when it's the anime. So it's like, oh, why did they do it? And then once you start watching and start getting introduced to these characters and their backstories, you understand why they put them in those certain places. And what makes this anime, live action anime, so good is Oda is actually behind everything. So basically, it's got to go through Oda before they put it. He gives the like okay on putting certain things in there.
Wow.
So yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
I love that. If
Um,
only
but
some other adaptations
I was about to
did
get to
the
that.
same thing.
Yeah. But it's really interesting that they do this one because it's so long. It's like a lot of people are wondering when they're going to get to a stopping point, which I don't think the only stopping point would be the time skip, and that I'd say like that will probably be season 7 or season 8.
Okay.
So, and then it's so weird. The villains got these weird laughs that they're very quirky. Everybody's so quirky. They look weird. they're very it's like some of the characters are annoying, and it's like, oh, I really want them to like, but it's really like Luffy kind of holds the thing together, uh, metaphorically and spirit in all kinds of ways.
Yeah.
But he really holds it together because he's the glue that keeps it together, not just because he's the main character, but he's the reason that he inspires so many people. Like there's a trope to where it's like, oh, I want you on my crew. There's only certain people that he'll want you on the crew. He'll ask you to be on your crew, and they always say no. But eventually he'll get his yes. Eventually it gets his yes. He always gets his yes.
That's interesting.
So
people will actually they'll ask him to be on his crew, but he only wants certain people, which that makes sense.
That is true. Yeah, that's another thing. Yep. There's certain people who want to be on this crew, but there's only certain people. And there's a brief dynamic and there's certain, I can't really go into it, but there's a phrase that comes on later on that they're kind of talking about, they're describing Luffy, and it fits Luffy so well. And it's how the crew thinks of him, pretty much. And it's a real good scene. But it's like, he says, this he might be an idiot, but he's still our captain. Like, he's goofy, he does what he wants, he just goes in head first, he doesn't have no strategy, he's goofy all the time, he does that trope to where he always wants to eat, all he wants, it's his hands are E for everybody. He will punch everybody, girl, animal, man, kid. He'll punch anybody if you piss him off. But the quality that I like is he will stick up for not only his crew members but for his friends. He will stick up for them. He will stick up for what is right, and he will fight for you to the end. He doesn't care if he dies or what happens to him. But he's going to get his revenge, and he'll, stand up for you. So Luffy is a very inspiring character. I just think they do him more justice in the anime than they do in live action, and that's not a shame to the guy who plays him. But yeah, he
just captures a certain element.
Yeah, there's certain things that you can't. That are, again, they're trying to talk about a Naruto live action. Certain things, it's got like, some things it's like it won't translate well in live action. Then it translates better in the anime. So that's why it's like sometimes I'd rather you watch the anime than the live action. Even if the live action is good, I say you still got to take a swing at the anime.
Facts. Even with that, like, with Naruto, I'm not going to stay on that for too long.
No.
But it was just interesting with the whole live action thing because I think in the earlier seasons or earlier arcs, it is more grounded. Like, it's more about, ninjas. They're trying to advance to the next level. They starting off as, Genin, or they're in the academy, then Genin, and they're trying to become Chunin, and then, they're trying to work their way up, and you get all these, different obstacles and enemies that come their way, but then it gets, as they're learning more jutsus, and it becomes so out there to the point where they're literally like superheroes by the time you get to them later seasons and later years. So that, I think that is something that will be harder to capture in a movie, whereas like I feel like earlier seasons you can capture that a little bit better.
You can't do it. You gotta do it. If you're gonna do any adapt, because it's too deep.
Well, I heard that they're doing a movie. That's the thing, though. That's what I heard. I'm not saying that. Yeah. I think it would be better for.
I think it's better for a show.
But I think that's what.
Just because there's so much lore, it's so much things you got to dive into. You got so much. It's the same thing with Dragon Ball. Um, there's certain things that you gotta start in certain places and actually get to a stopping point. And you gotta be able to dive in deep into these characters. Yeah, it's kind of stretched out and it takes a while as an anime, but sometimes you gotta just sit with it and actually watch it. And either you have the discipline or you can't. I've seen people say, "Oh yeah, I can't watch it. I'll never catch up." And then I've seen people who started. I'm way ahead of them. They started, and then now they're caught up, and I'm still kind of working with it. You got to pace yourself. You got to, but you can't just. If you're going to give up, you're going to give up. You're not going to. It doesn't matter how many times I say, "Hey, you need to watch it. You need to do this." You're not going to want to do it, but you're not going to understand the significance of the show if you don't even try to watch it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing y'all got onto me with Breaking Bad, and it's totally different. But it's like I don't even understand. You won't get the references. You won't get the scenes. You won't get the character arcs. Yeah, and there's so many. I'm sure in Breaking Bad, there's so many moments that are like Chef's Kiss.
Yeah.
That I'll never even understand unless I watch it.
Crazy, because I probably would. Not saying the only reason, but the main reason I watched it was because it was like during COVID when I had more time to get into it. There was a lot of things I ended up watching during that period where I look back on. I'm like, man, I'm glad I watched it back then because I don't know if I would have been able to see it now because it shows that that have literally been on my list for 6, 7+ years that I tell myself like, oh, I'm gonna get to it, but then more things keep coming out. So
So anywho, so basically what Baroque's works is it's these people that have these like code names. But they have their own special kind of gifts and their powers and their tricks, and basically they work for a man called Mr. Zero.
Mm-hmm.
So, you'll get to Mr. Zero in season 3. Season 3, yeah. So, I can't really dive too much into it, but you won't really understand. And then, of course, you also meet Chopper. Tony Chopper, which is a reindeer who has his own. He ate the human fruit, which is basically, and there's some theories that I can't get into of kind of the fruit he ate, but basically he ate the fruit that kind of gives him human powers. So that's why he can walk on 2 legs. That's why he can talk. He actually has like a couple forms that he goes into, and you'll see that a little bit later on as well. One of the forms does not look good in live action. I'm sure you saw it.
He gets all.
Yeah. It didn't look good, but it is what it is. And that was kind of the fear for some like, how are they going to do Tony? I feel like they do him justice.
He's a good character.
He is a very good character, and it's just he's in it. He's a main crew member. Like, he's basically the doctor. So he's the doctor. He doesn't. Anybody who kind of gives him a compliment, he's got the trope to where he always blushes, and he doesn't know how to take a compliment without, like, he'll kind of insult, but he'll still be smiling at the same time and laughing and like blushing and stuff like that.
Yep.
So there's Tony Chopper, and you meet Miss Wednesday, which don't say her. Miss Wednesday, and then Miss All Sunday. Um, so you will learn more about them next season as well, and kind of more of the Baroque works. But yeah, oh, and Smoker. Basically, he what is it? The smoke fruit? I don't remember. I think something like that. But basically, he's a Logia, I believe, and basically his whole body can be like smoke, and basically he smokes a lot. But I think it's more to like use that power. I'm pretty sure he smokes anyways, but he's even got smoke more now to do his powers. So there's even more characters that are going to be introduced next season that I can't go into, but I think they're good characters. Kind of some of my favorites. So. Any other questions?
Why didn't he, so the question I was gonna ask, which we kind of, I felt like we kind of got past that point, but what, um, because the anime is so far ahead, they've got what 1,000+ episodes.
Yep.
We're still, I guess, fairly early in the journey with the live action.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, how can they realistically get to where the anime is at without people aging out? We kind of talked about the time jump thing, like
time skip pretty much
because,
is part of it.
Yeah, but the thing is with Netflix, they be waiting 2-3 years plus sometimes in between seasons. That's my thing. If you were cranking out episodes every year,
here's the thing. I feel like Oda would not have approved this to be made if he didn't think it would be able to be done, or if he didn't have like a game plan on how he wants it done. So that's why I feel. That's my opinion. Take it or leave it, but you definitely got to cut off certain arcs that are not as essential as other parts. And I'm not just talking about fillers. There's certain arcs that are just, I think you can just cut out. Mm-hmm. I was looking at the arcs because you were thinking about the time skip. There's one arc that's kind of like you could cut out, but you really can't because there's a certain Straw Hat that is introduced in that arc. So you can't really cut that part out. So, but after time skip, and there's some long arcs too. Dressrosa is long. So you're definitely gonna, either you gotta split that up into 3 or 4 seasons, or you gotta kind of trim a couple things and segue it.
4 seasons.
Yeah, because you gotta realize it's only 10 episodes. You can,
8.
Yeah, even worse.
Netflix gotta do better with that 8-episode thing, man.
But also, most of the time, they only go to 5 seasons. Most of the shows. So that's another problem. But I feel like they know what they're doing, so I'm just gonna let them cook, and see what happens. But like I said, I don't think Oda will just like kind of. I think he has a game plan and he talked with Netflix before even starting it, because I really doubt, as a director, you would do all this work to kind of make this live action, and you don't even have a chance. You don't even have a plan to end it.
Especially as the anime's still going on as well.
Exactly. So, yeah. So we'll see. Only time will tell. But yeah. Any other questions, maybe pertaining to the anime that you have?
Well, I didn't really even talk about. Well, I guess I didn't get much into the weeds of the
Well,
arc of the season.
yeah.
Like, what I don't know. I kind of want to say like, what is
I think
something?
Wapple was the big bad was Wapple.
Who's Waffle? The king.
Um, in Drummond Island, where Chopper was.
So the king.
Yeah.
Okay. I could remember his name. It's too many. That's the
He
thing.
was a king, yeah.
So
I didn't know if that was just a title he made up,
or maybe it was. So it's not even. My thing is, it's so many characters, like especially with the villains. It's hard for me to keep up with everybody. They got so many henchmen, so many people that they'll be bringing in and out, and I'm like, okay, who's this person again, and what? Like, I guess that's the
I
thing
hate
for
to
me.
do it. I hate to do it.
Watch the anime again.
It helps
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
because it's very clear who's the like in the anime. It's very clear who's the henchman, like who's the fodder,
Yeah.
who's the fodder, and who's the main big
Well,
bad.
yeah, I can tell who's like not like I can kind of tell who the agent sort of people are, and who's like over. But then it's like it's just because there's so many of them. It's like who is this person in relation to that person?
It just makes it easier.
Yeah.
It does. It does. I hate to say it, but watching the anime, it does kind of help. It does
Okay.
kind of help.
Yeah, it's just they be having so many villains at once, and that's the thing.
Yeah, they do, but they're so. There's ways to where you can especially how they dress, how their powers are,
Yeah.
how they laugh, their personalities.
Mhm.
You can tell them apart,
Okay.
and they make it so distinctive to where, oh yeah, oh yeah, that's Wapple.
Mhm.
Oh, that's Mr. Zero. Oh, that's Smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's cool. That's cool. I mentioned before, I liked what's her name, Vivi, Miss Wednesday.
why did you do that?
What?
Who said
I was supposed to say her name. Oh,
Wapple. It's all good.
Is that a big sp-
Miss.
Why is that such a? I don't know.
You'll
Oh,
figure it out.
oh man.
Mm-hmm.
So who am I supposed to call her?
Miss Wednesday.
Oh, my bad.
It's
So
all good.
anywho-
It's all good.
Anywho, like I don't know, man. To that,
No, just keep on going.
my
Keep
bad,
on
my
going.
bad. So
It's just because they're code names, and yeah, and then when they get deeper and bigger characters, they got other there's other it gets revealed on who they really are and their backstories and their main reasons of why they do the things they do.
it's like, oh yeah, we're using our real names.
I call it on. Some of you will get
Some of y'all get that on the way home.
maybe in traffic.
Maybe. Anywho, yeah. So, like I was telling you before, that same actress, she's in Bridgerton. They introduced her in season 2, and it's like her and her sister. They're like the potential love interest for one of the Bridgertons, and it's like a whole love triangle sort of thing, and it's that was a really good season.
And a lot of people were complaining that she was cast as Miss Wednesday because she was white in the anime.
Shock.
But if you realize where she's from and where they are, it makes sense.
Wow, lost for words. Wow.
Yep. It was something.
Oh, I bet, yeah. And then I know I've seen different things where like people talk about with her and Nami and stuff.
You'd have to go into
I don't know too. So I can't go into it because I don't want to misquote anything or misquote anything. But yeah. So but yeah, I thought she was a cool character. I liked her sort of story, well backstory, her story, and then just
Somewhat backstory.
yeah, somewhat backstory, and then just you know the way she was the way she was kind of like against them at first, but then she kind of integrates into the group. Was really nice. She really felt like they really welcomed her in as like one of them. And I thought that was cool. Same with 2020 Chopper. That was like his episode. That was one of the best ones to me of the season. That was real emotional. Get his whole backstory. Like
Whole backstory.
man, that was crazy. Him and the doctor and just oh man.
Yeah, that was good. How do you feel about who's your favorite characters? Let's put it. They don't have to be big characters, but aside from her, who kind of are your standouts?
I like Zoro. He's cool.
I like him better in the anime.
I'm sure he's better in the anime.
Just because he's got more personality in the anime than he does in here. He's kind of like
they're trying to make him more stoic.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, which I don't think that does any. It just makes him come off boring. It's nothing against the actor, but I think that's just the way they want him to play.
Yeah, the way they
but
want him.
Yeah.
I actually like. I like.
Did they get into his backstory?
I can't remember.
Put it in comments. I don't think they did. I think they're gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think they did, but they definitely do need to. Yeah. His backstory is really good. Who else?
I actually like Usopp in the live action.
I like him better in the live action than I do in the anime.
Yeah.
He takes me.
I could see that. I could see that for sure.
I don't think you do.
No, I think I've seen him a little bit in the anime, but I haven't gotten as far as you have.
Then you haven't.
Yeah.
It gets worse.
Well, I'm sure.
So yeah. Sanji's cool. They really tone him down, which I like. But I don't mind because his trope is he falls for all the ladies and that little trope. But they use it better in this anime to where it is actually funny, but then it's not overdone. Like I think Demon Slayer, there's a character in there where it's where he does it and stuff. It gets kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But Sanji actually still has he's more than just he just falls for the ladies. And again, I'm in the beginning of Demon Slayer, but it's I haven't been getting into Demon Slayer as easy as most people, but
yeah.
So
I can get that too. I know it's really big right now.
Yeah, it is. But anywho, anybody else?
I mean, I like Nami. She's cool. There isn't anybody as far as the Straw Hats that I just dislike. I feel like it's a good.
Yeah.
They have a good chemistry. They have a good dynamic.
All the Straw Hats are really likable.
Yeah.
How about Miss All Sunday?
Which one is that?
Give me a sec.
Do 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 do.
We don't want to get copyrighted.
And I will.
Come on. Ah. Okay. I can't really show the name, so I gotta make sure I just get the picture. Can you catch them up? Well,
Well, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, a long.
okay. All right. The purple.
Wait, who? Wait, she. I need to see. Is she the? Wait, that's not.
You mean the actress?
No, 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 no. Wait, I need to see another thing to make sure I'm not thinking about somebody else. She cool, I think. Yeah.
She, she gets bigger and later down the line.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not thinking about a different character. That's why I'm like.
Okay.
But yeah, she cool. Yeah.
With the hands, literally. Literally. But anywho, I got that reference. Yeah. Anything else you want to go over? Because we do gotta wrap this up.
I know, man. Yeah. I don't know. It was cool. I enjoyed it probably more. I ain't gonna lie. Them first couple of I was a little worried, man.
Was I right?
It was good. It was good. It was good.
Eat.
It was good. It was good. Yeah. I was worried for a minute. I was like, bro.
I be trying to tell you, and I'm saying the same thing about the anime, and you don't listen.
The thing is, I got a lot. I keep telling you.
I know. I get it.
I'm trying not to leave the stuff I've already started unfinished. I've been watching.
Oh, you're never gonna do anything at that point, because I'm just saying, like, I guess, because I know you're gonna get to it when you get to it, but if you keep on, more things are gonna happen.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
So, I mean, the best thing to do is start off small, get a little bit in, and eventually, like I said, there's been people who just started when I was all the way over here. They caught up, and now they're all the way caught up past me. So it can be done. That's why that excuse just doesn't work, because if you have that discipline and you really want to try to watch it, you'll do it. You'll do that with anything. You can say, oh yeah, anything is too long at this point, but it is doable. That's why I'm just saying you got to have a different. Either it's not for you, but you can't just say, oh yeah, it's too long, and that's the only reason why I don't want to watch it.
It's still valid reason.
It is, but it can't be the only reason. It's not point.
Yeah.
It,
but it can be intimidating for.
It is. It is.
Like.
But once you start, there's no stopping. When you get to a certain point.
That's the thing. Yeah. You got to get to a certain point, and it's like, okay, when is that point?
Patience and discipline.
You should watch Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Once you start watching the anime.
I already started.
You didn't get far. And I started Breaking Bad too. So. Anywho. Anyways, we're gonna wrap up. But yeah, we'll see if your girl's in season 3, so we might do season 3. We might try to have somebody on here as well who is all the way caught up. Yeah, and by the way, for those who haven't watched it, next year they're reanimating the One Piece, and they're cutting out all the filler. So I would watch that. They're reanimating it to make it look crispier, and they're cutting out all the filler and stuff. So it's actually doable, and now there's really is no excuse to not watch it, because you can watch along with them, and hopefully they'll catch up as well, and it'll get you faster there than if you just watch the anime. So yeah, post your comments down below. No spoilers, please, for my friend over here, and just let us know what's your favorite season, who's your favorite character. Again, no spoilers.
No spoilers.
And your favorite part, and yeah, let us know. And what else you're looking forward to going forward, and hopefully what they do. So, anyways, we'll let you go. It's getting late, so post your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, follow us on all socials. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. God bless.